How's it going, everybody? My name is Symbol, and today I'm going to be reviewing my own personal best. So we're back again very recently. So it was about a week ago where I got my first PB, and now we're on the second PB, and I was actually able to save about 15 whole minutes off the first one, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm just going to be going over my thought process. So as you can see here, I kind of spawned like here, and I'm looking around trying to see if there's anything, and then I see in the distance that there is a village, but it's quite far, so I keep looking around to see if there's anything closer, and I'm like, okay, nope, I guess I'll go over there. So yeah, this seed definitely wasn't like a god seed or anything, but I was just able, well, there was some parts of it that were pretty crazy, as you'll see a little bit later, but yeah, it was mainly just a little bit of good plays and a little bit of luck, and it worked out. So yeah, here I'm just trying to figure out what to do. I'm still looking around to see if there's any lava pools, if I can do that so that I don't have to dig down. And you'll see what happens with that as well. Unfortunately, I did not find any lava pools. So sad. So yeah, we're in the village here, and I'm trying to figure out my best way to route it. So I just go to this first house and grab the beds, and I was gonna grab this tree, and then I decided why punch leaves when I could just go over to the house here and grab that instead. I also realized a bit later on that I was not recording the sound again. I don't know why, but whenever I kind of like do this thing offline, it's always hit or miss. Like I did some testing after I figured out that, like, after I got my PB and checked the footage, I did some testing and the sound was working perfectly. But both times now that I've gotten a PB, it seems like my sound just decided to cut out for some strange reason. So anyway, yeah, we're here getting the tools, getting all the goodies. I swear I dug 4 there, but one of them disappeared. Oh, it's just sitting over there. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that initially as well. Like when I was doing the run, I was really confused where that last piece went, and for some reason, yeah. So anyway, I got my tools. Now I'm grabbing some more wood because you always need more when you're doing these things. And I'm gonna craft the boat, get the rest of the sticks ready for the tools. Hopefully I will be getting the iron tools soon, the pickaxe, the only one that you need. And we're grabbing the hay. Just imagine that hay sound. I know you can like hear it right now. I can hear the sound, the chuk 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 chuk. Yeah, anyway, so I'm grabbing a little bit more because I was like than I need, because I was expecting this to be a bit of a longer run. I actually wasn't expecting to do that well at all. And then I kind of like wasted some time there at the chest. Of course, I'm still like in the realm where I could save an entire like 10 or 15 minutes on a run. But yeah, still could have saved some time. I see this villager and I'm really hoping that he like goes to the wheat and becomes a farmer. But I don't know what happened to him. I don't know where he went. So as usual, we're just gonna keep on looting the village, stealing the villagers' stuff. I'm going here, see these guys hanging out by their water hole. I'm like, oh yeah. And then I see the golem walking up to him, give him a nice little whack. And now we got to get rid of the golem so I can get my iron, because that's a very important part of the run. As I said before, got to get my iron pickaxe and make sure that we can mine out some gold blocks if and when I may or may not find a bastion in this run. But yeah, this run definitely needs a bastion because there is no other way this is happening. And here I'm just like, oh, gotta grab everything in the chests. And I'm realized now that there's like a total waste of time. Like there's no real point in getting the leather boots because I'm gonna have to swap them out when I get to Nether anyway. And I whacked a little baby villager. I'm like, oops, sorry, buddy. And I actually spotted a bed in this house as I was running past it. But luckily, I am good with the visions, and now I got a bed, and we're going to keep on running around. So I have everything I need from the village. My render distance wasn't up, so I got to increase that. And now, oh wait, lol, I don't have everything I need from the village. I still need a bucket because I only got 3 iron from the golem. So actually, scratch everything I just said. We are doing some good old COD strats to grab what I need from the village. I do a very poor job of remembering what the heck I was doing, but that's okay. So yeah, here I'm realizing while I'm getting this bread that I actually might need a little bit more wheat than that because I only had 54 in the bottom there, and I accidentally hit that guy. I didn't actually mean to do that. But anyway, he didn't give me the trade I wanted, so I'm going to replace that. And this guy has the trade I want, which is wonderful. So now we're going back to the wheat over here, and this guy becomes our wheat farmer, and he's angry, so he wants more. Luckily, I have just enough to get 3 emeralds, and now I'm running back to the fisherman, and I trade with him, get 3 iron for the bucket. Well, the bucket with the cod in it, hence cod strats. And yeah, we keep on moving. So here I'm running finally out of the village, looking for any signs of a lava pool, but there really does not seem to be much going on around here. I thought that was a shipwreck. Actually, might be a shipwreck. I don't even know. But I decided not worth going. I'm gonna just go down. This cave looked pretty promising, so I figured I would try down here. And yeah, so that's what's going on. Grabbing some of this gravel. My little cod's about to die, and then here I decide that I'm going to grab a coal and a piece of iron, 2 pieces of iron actually, so that I have a shield and I have the flint and steel that I need. I figure that I'll probably have to dig down anyway, so I may as well grab the iron. And yeah, like obviously it's kind of like a waste of time to make a shield, but in some ways I feel like it's a lot quicker, and those 2 MLG water buckets, just pointing that out, didn't screw either one of those up. Screwed that one up and screwed up the lava because of it. But that's okay because it gave me a path to a nice patch of lava. Um, but yeah, I feel like shields could be super helpful in some of these like advanced speedrunners cases, but the more you play, the more I realize that it isn't really that necessary. And there's definitely like very good ways to hunt the blaze without using a shield. And I was expecting that zombie to come at me, but he just kind of stood there, so there we go. Goodbye, zombie. And yeah, so now I can finally make the pickaxe, and I'm going to be making and getting attacked like crazy here. So I did actually like hear that. Like I heard these people coming at me, and I was like, oh no, baby zombie. I hate baby zombies so much. They get me every time. Yeah, the sound was working on my end, but for some strange reason it was not working through the OBS. So, lesson learned, I guess. Trying to be speedy with the bucket placements. This is actually a pretty decently quick portal. Another one coming at me. I think I was listening through a speaker rather than through my headphones, so that could be the reason why no sound came through. But yeah, like I said, it puzzles me every time because I tested it immediately after using the speaker and everything was fine. Anyway, going into the Nether now. I need to get my gravel, so I'm doing this offhand thing that I see a lot of people do. Screwing it up as usual, but there we go. Got the flint pretty quickly. Got to get my iron, which I remembered I was smelting. So we're going to make the flint and steel, and we're going to make the shield to protect me from the bad people in the Nether. And yeah, I can go in right now. But then I was like, wait, forgot to get the lava. And then I'm like, wait, forgot to get the crafting table. And finally, we're going into the Nether. And this part is actually crazy. So I spawned inside of the Nether fortress. What the hell? That's insane. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a good run. Like this is the world is telling me to make this a good one. So I knew that I had to do it. I had to try and complete the run regardless. And here I get a bit of a lag spike, like moving the cursor, but nothing is happening in the game. I pressed escape twice to try and like speed up the lag spike. I don't know if that helps or not. But yeah, going on as if nothing happened. I think that happens like 1 or 2 more times, unfortunately. But yeah, this is still a very nice run. I'm still very happy with it. I don't think the in-game timer like counts those lag spikes as actual playtime, which is good because you literally can't move your cursor or player or anything when that happens. Anyway, so we're at a blaze spawner in less than 10 minutes. That's absolutely insane. I've honestly never done that before. When I was here at less than 10 minutes, I was like, oh man, like if I get a bastion, like if these guys drop things fast and I get a bastion relatively quickly, like this could easily have been like, I don't know, at least a sub 25. But if it was like a really good runner, they might have even been able to make it like a sub 20 or like a sub 23. But yeah, so we're just hanging out here trying to get the blazes. None of them are spawning, which is rather unfortunate. I think I did get a drop on the very first one, at least. I don't know. Honestly, not paying that much attention. Let's see. I know I'll check my inventory again soon, but yeah, the drop rates were like kind of all right. I think that's like 1 for 2 now. But they were really slow at spawning, and I was looking around trying to see if there were any others that I could go after, but didn't really seem like it, so I just kind of hung out and hoped for the best. And I saw that skeleton and the wither skeleton, and I was just trying to stay out of their aggro range so they wouldn't come after me. And the shield coming in handy here. Don't have to do like any dodging or anything, just block and everything is going to be great. And yeah, here's when I'm like, wait, should I aggro him? And then I'm like, no. And I think wither skeletons are 3 blocks high, so by doing that, I prevent the wither skeleton from coming over here. And if you haven't seen it, go check out my how to die in a speedrun video or whatever I called it, because I got wrecked by wither skeletons so often when I was like trying to get these runs. This was a good one. 4 spawned. That was a really, really good like spawn rate, and I think that was just 2 blaze rods right there, which is solid. I'm on fire. I thought there was something on the ground, but there wasn't. And that's another blaze rod. I think it was another. Okay, no, maybe those first 2 didn't drop any. I don't remember, but yeah, those drop rates were pretty crazy right there. There's another, and I don't think this guy's gonna drop one. Oh, he does. Okay, so we got 6 now, and I'm waiting on the 7th. I was debating whether or not to get 7 or 8. I definitely wanted to get 7. But again, as you'll see, I could have left right now with 6. It's not a big deal because they did spawn relatively quickly, and there was a lot of them. So the odds of me getting one right here are pretty darn good. And I get one, and I'm getting attacked like crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just go hide in my little corner and run away. And then I forgot that they can still hit you on the way out. So I'm trying to stay out of the skeleton's aggro range so he doesn't come at me with his bow. And there we go. He's mad. Got the bow, got the shield up again, making sure that I keep this run, because that was like a 2-minute, 3-minute blaze spawner. So I think the freaking blazes get me again. So I'm elated right now. I'm like, wow, this run could not be going any better. Now I just have to find a bastion. So I realize this is negative, and or wait, I think it was positive negative. I don't even know. Anyway, we're going some direction. I'm really having a hard time like keeping track of what the heck I did during this run, aren't I? Yeah, I think I'm going positive. I'm pretty sure this fortress was negative. So yeah, I'm going positive X, trying to get some stuff. And I got some obsidian from that chest, which was super, super useful. And I think my axe breaks very soon. Yeah, I'm really confusing myself because usually people just like run in a direction, but I was being a very confusing boy right about now. I'm pretty sure I'm trying to go positive something. But yeah, so I'm going to climb up here because this fortress is definitely a negative. And then I'm just dropping all the crap out of my inventory. So yeah, now we got to do some travel. I'm hoping that I'll be able to find a bastion very soon, because having all of the blaze rods already like this early into a run has only happened to me a few times. And I feel like, yeah, at this point I've died to wither skeletons at this point many times, and I don't think I've had like this good of a time having blaze rods. So yeah, just trying to figure out the navigation route. And I don't think I ever I never put it into Quake Pro just because I just spawned into the fortress, so there's no point. Yeah, this part gets pretty interesting if I recall, because I think that very soon you'll see something through the fog. I'm checking around, trying to see if there's anything to see. Nope. I'm gonna grab some of this. The axe breaks. I'm like, shoot. And then I realize that I have 8 iron, so this is a very much non-problem. And that axe breaking was actually more beneficial because now I can use a much quicker tool to cut down these trees and get blocks. So that I was actually in my favor that it broke. But yeah, we're about halfway through the run now, which goes to show you the end part. Like, the second half of the run was not nearly as clean as the first half of the run. And there were even some parts in the first half that definitely could have been improved on. And then I'm like, oh, look, it's a bastion over there. But yeah, the second half of the run was definitely not as clean. But it was still a pretty decent time. And I'm definitely very happy about it. So I'm going to the bastion, or what I think is the bastion. And as I get closer, it begins to dawn on me that it's another Nether fortress. I'm like, God damn it, you have to be kidding me. So I'm like, okay, so now I'm in a different quadrant. I think I'm in positive, negative. Okay, no, we're in positive, positive. So negative, negative, positive, positive. So I'm going to go on negative Z now, I think, because that's the closest negative quadrant to where I am. So I'm going negative Z, and I'm going to see. I was really hoping that there would be a bastion there, because this run right now is like already dead for pretty much any other. Like, for me, I usually try and go in the Nether for a long time, but for people who have been doing this for a while, this run is very much dead, and it was honestly dead before I even got here. And I'm like, oh wow, there, bastion. I was like, taking a look over on this side was probably the best decision I made this run. And yeah, so luckily I did not reset, because now we are at the bastion, and it's only been about 4 minutes since I got out of the Nether fortress. So, you know, not too horrible, but definitely not world record pace or anything like that. And into the lava. I was like, shoot. I'm gonna hurt myself. So yeah, I'm like, do I have the gold stuff on? I do. I'm trying to figure out what kind of bastion this is. I really couldn't tell from where I was standing. I don't remember. I think it's the treasure room bastion again. I honestly really like the treasure room bastions, because they always do like pretty decent. I might be wrong about what type of bastion it was, but we'll see anyway. So I'm going to raid these chests, throw some gold down so that I can peacefully raid. I'm already have 9 obsidian, which means I'll be able to do my like random travel literally whenever I want to, which is amazing. And I'm getting the iron because why not? And this was honestly a waste of time. And look, you dropped the 10th obsidian over there. But this was honestly what's the point of crafting this? I think it actually does help me in some parts of the run where like I definitely could have died. But yeah, here we go. We're fully decked out in armor now. I'm like getting prepared for this end fight, but I really need the pearls from the piglins, and I'm standing around still like trading with this one guy, and then I realize, like, what am I doing here? I need to go find more people to trade with, or more piggies to trade with. So I go down, I'm like, okay, I remember that there's usually one chest here. There's a ton of piglin here. I was like, oh my god, why is there so many? So there's a ton of them there. And I give them most, if not all of the gold. Yep, I give them all the gold. Then I go to this block and I see it's exposed. Usually you don't get them like this exposed on this side of... Actually, this wasn't treasure room. This was, I think, piglin housing or something. Anyway, so there's that like small crack there, and there's so many coming after me. I think the armor saved me here because there was like 5 of them. I'm like, oh god. And I remember that this is the right direction, and then I like panic stack the gravel there to make sure that they don't get to me when I'm mining this gold. And I was like, oh boy, this run is getting sketchy. I was definitely starting to be a little jittery. The adrenaline was definitely flowing at this point. I was like, oh my god, like I'm actually in the bastion. I'm not dead. I have all the blaze rods. All I need to do is get enough gold to trade with these piglin, and I will have a personal best. It's like almost a guarantee at this point. I also have had a few runs die once I got out of here, so like when I get out of the nether, so there definitely is that component as well. But this run, like the random travel that I did, I got so lucky on it. You'll see it's honestly wild. I'm surprised that like it could, the only way it could have been any better was if the stronghold was like exposed in the ocean. But yeah, I don't want to give away the future of the story yet. We're still in the bastion. I don't even have a single pearl trade yet. And there's only like a few people trading, or a few piglins trading, and they all just like disappeared. I'm like, where the heck did they go? So I just give them, and they start to come back. So I'm getting through here. There's so many. There's 5, and the first pearl trade right there. Doing really good in the pearl trades. I just dropped the entire stack because there was 5 of them. I was like, this is definitely going to be a good one, and I'm fully stacked on pearls. I think I can leave like right now. I think I wanted to get fire resistance, but I honestly don't really need it. I don't need any string. I definitely could have left like right now. I don't know what I was doing, like hanging out here. Definitely probably waiting for fire resistance because nether travel is brutal. And there it is. And I'm like, okay, I got my fire res. It's time to get out, I think. Please tell me that's what I did. Tell me I didn't just hang around here for another like 10 minutes. Are we gonna leave? Am I gonna leave? Yeah, that was a really fast bastion. That was like 3 or 4 minute bastion. I see some stuff up there that I want to get. And I'm like shit in the bed here, panicking a little bit, using gravel instead of instead of these blocks. And I grabbed some more obsidian, some more fire resistance. I just decide it's time to go. Like, why am I wasting my time here? So this is crazy. I have everything I need to like finish the game and kill the ender dragon in like 22 minutes, which I've never been this close to the end in like this short amount of time. Like the seed has been very nice to me. So yeah, I'm getting pretty excited here. I got tons of pearls, and I'm like, okay, we're going to do a bunch of pearl travel and try to get to a good spot to build it. And I'm thinking I'll do a positive X and slightly negative on the Z, because usually I find that the end will spawn like positive, negative, negative, positive, or double negative usually, or double positive. It could be any 4, but there's like, usually if you do a positive negative or a negative positive, you're improving your chances. And here again, I'm like shitting the bed by using soul sand. Like, what the heck am I doing? So yeah, you got to get like those 2 axes kind of in the right spot. And here we go, light the portal, going back through to the overworld in 22 minutes, which is really good. I'm really excited about how this turned out. And I'm looking around to see if the stronghold might be exposed. And I look at my coordinates. I'm like, wow, like 1500, negative 330-ish. Like this is very, like those coordinates are very good, but I could be in like the completely wrong third of the world, right? Because there's usually 3 strongholds in the first ring. So yeah, I could be in like the completely wrong spot, and it could be thousands of blocks away, or it could be like immediately next to me. So I decide making my pearls. I'm still super slow here, and there's a next lag spike. Still super slow here, trying to like figure out what the heck to do. And it goes basically straight that way, like minus 180. And I'm like, oh, dang. Usually when a pearl, not all the time, but I've found that sometimes when the pearls, like the Eye of Enders, go straight in one direction, that means that you're very close, or at least like very far. But I found that usually if it's just like straight in one direction and you're at around these coordinates, that means that it's within, like based on my negative Z right now, I figured that I have to be within at least like 200 or 300 blocks. Like it's like it has to be somewhere right here. So I'm looking in the water, trying to see if I could find any part of the stronghold exposed. And I figure like, okay, I'm going to throw my next eye in a couple hundred blocks. I'm going to go onto the land here. because I've found again that usually it's around like the 1500 on one axis and then 600 or so on the other axis. So I wanted to throw it there, but I'm going to try and get higher up in a tree and see what the pearl does. So I'm up in the trees now, and I throw it and it goes directly behind me, which means I just passed over it and it curved a little bit. So I'm like, no freaking way is it right here. And again, I'm being super slow with my blocks because I'm like, my adrenaline is flowing so hard right now. I'm like panicking because I've never, like, this time will like crush my past PB. So it was definitely an adrenaline full moment. So we're back here. I'm like going to build up this time and doing my triangulation, and it's like a perfect triangle that way. I'm like, okay, it's literally right there. So I go onto this next tree. It's like a couple blocks away. I think I throw it right here, and into the ground it goes, and there's the next leg spike. Timer's still going. Into the ground it goes, and time to dig down and get to the end. It's pretty crazy, 25 minutes, and I'm already here. I know this is like world record pace stuff, still like blows my mind. And I realize that I don't have any water and I don't want to risk it because like if I end up in a lava pool or something, I know that, like, in hindsight, this probably wasn't a very smart move because the pearl went straight down, and usually you'll end up in the starter staircase if you dig down in 4-4. So like now that I can think clearly about this, that wasn't the best move, but better safe than sorry. And I figured that having the water buckets, like, it's worth the 30 seconds to like just grab that and be extra safe with this time, because I wanted to make sure that I got this, like, that I got the good time. So here we are in the stronghold. That's the starter staircase, and I'm looking around, going through one door, and I limited myself to going through like 3 or 4 doors because I did a couple runs where I ended up in the stronghold and there was just nothing beyond like the 4th door. So once I hit 3 or 4 doors, I would just go back to the starter staircase and try and figure out and try and go from there. So here I'm kind of confused. I like don't even remember where I went. So we're back at the starter staircase. See this creeper. Kills the spider for me. Thank you very much. And nope, nothing there. So I hear the silverfish. I think that's why I turned around initially, was because I heard the silverfish. And usually, at least I think that means you're pretty close. And here you go. We were pretty close. So here, being careful again. Usually I see people just like yote and run the heck into there. Silverfish can't get to me, and we're in the end. And it's 27 minutes, another leg spike. The timer's still going. And here I'm turning down my render distance so that I don't get any more of those leg spikes. I honestly don't know why those happen. This computer is brand freaking new, but that's okay. That's just life, I guess. So now we're going to be setting up the one cycle perching platform. Got my crying obsidian. And just like my first PB, there will be a common trend here at the end. I'm like pressing 8, 9, 10, but I realized that I changed the keybinds on my numbers so that I could like try and use the hotbar a bit more and like hotkey stuff instead of scrolling. I'm trying to get out of the scrolling habit and into like the hotkeying habit. But yeah, now we are just waiting for the perch, and and oh boy, does it ever get interesting. I don't know why I took off my soul speed boots, but I see the dragon like doing the like hammerhead thing it does before it perches, and I'm like, okay, go, kind of like wrong angle on the pearl, but it worked out great. And I'm here, I'm like starting the one cycle, but I accidentally waited like one turn too long. I don't really know what I was thinking there. I guess I thought that like the first bed was too early because it didn't cause like any damage to the dragon. So I didn't want to like, I make wool, but I realized I have no wood. So, but yeah, I made that first one like a little too early. So I wanted to wait and do the next ones. Here's me realizing that I have no wood. I'm like, God damn it. Like, what am I going to do? I've never done a 5-bed 1 cycle before. I think the best I've ever done is 6, so I was definitely concerned that I wouldn't be able to finish a run. But yeah, I've so I pull out the axe because I'm like, oh, this is gonna get sketchy. Like if I don't finish it with the 5 beds here, I'm gonna need that axe, and you will see what happens. So yeah, now I'm just doing the perchy thing where you like block up. I think I'm actually blocking up on the wrong axis. I don't exactly remember where my spawn platform was, but I think... No, actually, never mind. This is right. You're supposed to do north-south, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, anyway. But I'm also being careful here because I've been hit off by the dragon on one of these platforms before in a run. It was like a 50-minute run, but... Very proud. Now I have to keep up with my own runs, so anything that's like not gonna be a below 30, I'm definitely not continuing those runs. So I get to reset faster, which is actually nice because then you don't have to play your runs out as long. Just trying to get 1 PB, now you can like go for like real PBs. And I see him doing his little twisty thing, and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is the moment. I better get it here or I will be so sad. Got 1, 2. That second hit was way better. 3, very good. 4, not so good. 5, oh, good hit. But I don't have any more beds. I'm like, oh God. So I crouch and I'm just waiting for his head. And I go for it. I just swing the axe. I'm praying he doesn't leave and that I can get it. And there you go. I got it. Enjoy my reaction. Yeah, boy. Let's go. Yes. Come on. That's good enough. Holy shit. Woo, let's go. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. I need to get rid of live split for a hot minute here so you can see it all. Ooh. Okay. Options, video settings. These are what I got. And then we got, what else was there? Statistics. Boom, 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 baby. And then we got, I think that was it. Yeah, these are the mods that I have. Wow. That's so cool. What the hell? Damn. What on earth? 3106.95. Talk about a win. Alright, I don't know if there's anything else. I'll go back to the title. So this is the title, the mods. This is the world. Dude, I was screwing up so bad. Nice. All right. Let me know if there's anything else you need, but I think for now that's good. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next PB. Bye.